say, Mocha?
Oh, did anyone actually watch Morbius to watch it? Or was it just all hate watchers?
I
No,
still
I
haven't.
watched Morbius. I watched Morbius.
Was it good? 1 through 10.
It okay, 1 through 10,
Wow.
like a 3 to 4.
Damn.
Who was the villain?
Morbius.
Some other vampire. I don't know. No idea.
I still have not watched that movie. I don't even like. I didn't even hate watch it. I just couldn't bring myself to do that shit. I just couldn't bring myself.
I watched it when it dropped on, I think, Disney Plus or on Soap. I don't know. I forgot.
Wait, was Spider-Man in it?
Allegedly.
No, it wasn't. I don't know why it counts. It's not a Spider-Man movie.
I think it was talking about like the Spider-Verse. I do remember that wasn't Vulture in the movie.
Yeah,
Like he played a
Vulture's in it.
cameo or
I don't
something.
know how he got there.
Yeah, kinda, but
I think that
no.
he got there from like it was supposed to like tie into No Way Home or some shit. So like he got
No, it
there
wasn't.
through like because I think it brought everybody who knew Peter Parker to the world or something like that. So he ended
I
up
feel like
there.
it ties into Across the Spider-Verse more, low key.
Across the Spider-Verse, maybe yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
they did have a lot of the villains just go to different places. So maybe yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. But welcome y'all to server. As you can see on the screen right here, we're ranking the best Spider-Man movies. Just what Across the Spider-Verse come out here. I should go put that. Show.
Relax.
But
Hey, but it's
We'll
not that. It's not.
we are ranking them from the very first everyone from Tobey Maguire, GOAT, to Miles Morales. Yes sir. Shout out Shimmy Moore, voice actor.
See, the first thing you have to do right now is change this dumbass God tier to goated.
Okay.
You know the deal. It's a strict procedure around here. And then you go to the very bottom and change the can skip to fucking Crayon Devourer. You already know.
What
And the
about
rest
Sword?
can stay this.
What about Swordy?
Bro, Sword Swallower is like a one-time thing, bro. Get with the times.
Mogo, you're supposed to be a one-time thing. I don't know how you made it back on the channel or shit.
Yeah, like we made the thumbnail and everything. Like he would never be on here, and he's like next video he's back.
You got snuck in a little bit.
Let me cook.
I mean, as long as it's just movies, it's everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we can start with these movies, okay?
Oops.
We might not remember all of it, like all the details, because like it has been, quite some time since we've last seen some of these. But Spider-Man 1, from what I remember and what I rated it on other, rating apps, and from the it's the oldest one, right? Visually it's not that impressive anymore. There are some mistakes, but story-wise, it's a pretty good introduction to Peter Parker and to Spider-Man, especially like for a lot of people who never read comics. It's like the first instance of seeing Spider-Man somewhere in media, and I think they kind of nailed it. Like I would say it's like in the middle. Like it's one of those movies I feel like that is either in a good movie here or a great movie. But if it's great, it's pretty low.
Okay.
But it depends on what you remember from it.
Yeah, it's been
Like
a
it's the
while.
Green Goblin. Green Goblin is a cool villain still. He was in No Way Home. He's not that different in this movie. Like it's the same character, of course. He's crazy. I'm missing out. Peter Parker gets bit by a fucking spider and gets the abilities and tests out his powers. He even has a kind of leap of faith instance where he, shoots out the webs and tries to swing and all that shit. So, in my honest opinion, somewhere in the middle, I feel like. It's up to you.
Is this the movie where like there's like a scene where like Green Goblin is like going over like this like parade or something? He just starts blowing people up and just going crazy on them. That man's insane.
Yes, it is exactly that movie.
I feel like it can't be anything lower than a good movie, because it is like, like you said, it's a good pioneer. It did start off everything. Like taking nostalgia out of it, like it is like a genuinely good movie, I feel like. So I feel like, putting here is not doing it justice, or not, not doing it bad. I mean, not doing it anything.
Yes, exactly.
I think it also shows the best origin story of Spider-Man out of all the movie that they made.
I feel that.
Thinking about it right now, you might be cooking with this one, because Tom's origin is definitely not it. And Andrew's, I mean, it's fine.
I think
It was more fast-paced.
with this one, they kind of with the latter ones, they had to kind of build Tom throughout other movies like Civil War and stuff like that, and Endgame. So like, it's still a good, good trilogy of movies and everything from him. But at the same time, it's like, like Peter, it was only Toby, like
Yes,
so
exactly.
it was really focused on him. So he got a lot more fleshed out. I feel like, and that's why people feel like more connected to him. While Tom kind of feels like he's like a one like amongst Iron Man and Thor. And, it's a lot of other people to focus on. So I feel that.
Exactly, exactly.
I feel that. So going to the second
Mm,
one.
the second
Okay.
one, the second one is by most regarded as either the best Spider-Man movie or like at least top three, and it's not three. So the thing about Spider-Man 2 is it has arguably the best Peter Parker storyline because you see Peter struggling, you see his relationship with Doctor Octopus, and
Yeah.
obviously how the villain, turns into Doc Ock, and and also it is like the one place where you get all the memes from basically. Like if you see memes from the OG trilogy, most of them are from two. I mean three as well, but two I feel like is the main place for the memes. It's just the most iconic one,
Good
and it
too.
still two still I would say it is I still got it over No Way Home. I gotta say. I don't know.
Really?
Like after watching the first Spider Verse, I'm not sure if I have it below or above, but it is at least, and that's what I think. You might be you have different opinions on it, but I think it's at least a great movie, if not goated. If it's great, it's at the very top. I feel like, but maybe you have different opinions.
No, I feel like it could definitely probably be goaded. Honestly, I was like kind of was looking up at like the main plot points, just kind of like just re-jog my memory. But he was going through a
Yeah, yeah.
lot in that movie. It was like the pinnacle of like how Spider-Man does lose a lot, and that's
Hmm.
kind of comes with being like superhero, being with like who Spider-Man is. He's like he has to try to balance all these things in his life, like he's losing his friend, his mentor, his girlfriend, and like I think it really strains him a lot, which I feel like it's a great great character. Cause I feel
Yes,
like with
yes.
Tom does deal with that obviously, but I think we only see it like, well, that's not true because he does lose Iron Man. But I guess I don't know. I
No,
guess
no. Toby is definitely suffering the most out of all Spider-Man. I feel
nah,
like
yeah. I feel like
Toby
Correct me.
Toby definitely has had the most issues.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this a movie where Toby like just ditched being Spider-Man because he was dealing with a lot of things going on, or was that the third one?
No, the third one was the one with Venom. It has to be the second one, but as I
no.
said, it has been some time.
I think he's talking about the scene where he just throws that shit in a trash can and walks away from it,
Yeah,
isn't it? Right?
yeah.
That might be this one. I think it might be this one. Okay,
Yeah.
it got too much. I'm
Yeah,
fine with
I definitely need to rewatch. I know I like it because I've seen it a couple times, like many years ago. But this is one of those movies I have to rewatch. What the fuck?
This movie definitely had the best character development for Spider-Man I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is why it's still like it's one of the oldest movies. So the visuals aren't what keep people watching. Isn't this all?
yeah.
This is also the movie with the iconic train scene, right?
Oh,
Where
when
he
he's pulling that
holds.
Yeah,
shit? Hell
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Everything is in this movie. It's like one of the best Spider-Man movies, if not the best.
Yeah, it
I
has
mean,
to be probably
visually,
being
obviously
goaded.
not the best visually, but it's either top of great or goated. No way around it. Like it doesn't go any lower than that.
Nah, I'm probably gonna keep it in. I might keep it in goaded. Honestly, I feel like
Mhm.
uh,
it's a good movie, very solid movie.
Yeah. And
Spider-Man.
What you
yeah,
say?
the third one is yeah, this can be difficult. It is a fun movie, like it's an enjoyable watch, but you cannot talk about this movie without mentioning the bad pacing due to its many villains. Right? How many villains does this movie have? I remember Sandman being there.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in there? I
Venom
forgot.
for sure, of course.
Venom,
Yeah,
Green
Venom was
Goblin.
there. Was Green Goblin? Oh
Yes,
yes,
Harry as
right. Green Goblin's return through Harry, right?
Yeah,
Yes. This movie had too
himself,
many villains.
Peter himself.
Peter was his own villain, exactly, just facing himself. I think it was his own biggest op.
I feel like Spider-Man usually peaks if Venom is involved. I've been watching this spectacular Spider-Man recently. In season one, there is like this arc that lasts for the a third of the season, like the last third, and the episodes are like back to back are so good because you see Peter become straight up like sociopathic. Like he doesn't care anymore. His emotions are not his anymore. He talks instead of saying I think, he says we think. Like it
Yeah.
changes him, and all this entire dynamic is where Spider-Man peaks. So Venom alone, if Venom was like were the only villain in this movie, would have probably been in like goaded. I feel like, but like it is, I don't know, balancing like one movie that is as long as the other ones, but has like triple the villains is not everyone is developed correctly. And Toby also, I don't know, doesn't
Venom wasn't.
feel that interesting.
Was he? He. I don't know. He just didn't seem that good in this movie.
I mean, Toby.
In well, just like the Venom symbiote and just in general. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't really feel. I mean, it's a fine movie. It's basically just popular because it has like funny scenes with the dancing and him being an asshole to MJ. She deserves it, by the way. But that's a discussion for another day. So, if I were to rank it, because I don't want to sit here and talk about 3 all day. Fuck no. It's an okay movie. I feel like, or bottom of good.
I don't really
It's-
remember a lot from this movie. Like I did like recently started like looking at more clips of it recently because there's like this one scene where like he's like trying to fight the Venom suit off of me, like he's like smacking his head on the damn bell and it's just ringing. He's like
very
going
iconic
crazy.
scene.
I
Yeah.
love that scene. But I feel like we can't like if anything like maybe if we move this up to great and then maybe put this one in good. But I mean like I'm okay with keeping it an okay movie. Like it's not.
We can change it later on if needed.
Yeah.
There aren't that many movies, so it's fine. It's like an okay movie. Thinking about it, like, would you want to watch 3 again?
Probably not. Yeah, probably
maybe in a
not.
few years or so, but I don't know.
Kinda,
I would
coming
rather
up-
watch the other movies.
I also like coming off of this one into this one, kind of like it's like, damn, like what happened? Like it's not terrible, but like like this was like really, really, really good.
Wasn't there even supposed to be a 4th one, but it was canned? I'm not sure.
They always do that because they were trying to give a third one to Andrew too, and then they canned it as well.
Yeah.
And there was a lot
But
of
I think that
scenes
was-
they cut out. Like this, there was a lot of scenes
Yeah,
they
yeah.
cut out. A lot of them too.
But I think Amazing Spider-Man 3 didn't happen because of some drama that happened around Andrew.
Oh really?
I'm not sure though. There was some shit going on. I'm not sure.
It didn't happen because of Amazing Spider-Man 2 and how that flopped.
Did the
Maybe
movie
that
actually
too.
flop? I remember watching it in theaters. It was hype, the visuals and shit. So I'm not sure.
I mean, guys, there's some pretty decent villains, but I think like in terms of the first one, 'cause the first one was pretty solid, but the second one, I remember like people were not really messing with it, like critics or like just like the the average viewers, like what the fuck.
Okay, I see. And then, coming in with the other Spider-Man, the second one,
Andrew,
we
yes,
go
sir.
to the Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Hey, the best
Uh,
part.
Go.
The most underrated nowadays Spider-Man.
Really,
or Peter Parker.
I'm really should have showed him a lot more love in No Way Home because this man, I don't know, they be really shitting on him
Absolutely.
for so long, but hell yeah.
Oh,
Like
I
if I'm oh my bad, Mogo.
no, I stayed with Andrew, bro.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
always love this movie. I don't know. I got it over the Tobey movie.
Yeah. The thing is with Andrew, in retrospect, like thinking about it right now, I feel like he plays the most accurate, in a way, Peter Parker, because Peter Parker isn't just some scared, lonely nerd, right? Like he, as Spider-Man especially, really opens up, has these quips,
Yeah.
is very extroverted,
The clips are very, very
talks
nice,
to
yeah.
everyone and shit. And this is exactly what Andrew did. Like his
Yeah.
performance, and even as Peter Parker, in a way, you see, some people said he's too cool, but I mean,
Not like that.
maybe I'm just biased because I've been watching Spectacular Spider-Man and he also behaves just like that. And I've seen some stuff. Obviously, there are different Peter Parkers. Like it's not like the other ones are not accurate at all. But Andrew just feels good to watch when he's on screen, especially the suit and the swinging, the fighting, the visuals. Also, like obviously the second one has way better visuals, but the first one is already very clean and gets some undeserved hate here and there. But
Definitely
usually the
solid.
second one is hated even more. I would say the first one is a good movie.
I put that
I feel like
too.
it's
I
it's
definitely agree with that.
possibly over the first Toby. possibly. But I think Mogo also agrees.
Yeah. I feel like he was also a better Spider-Man than Toby, wasn't he? Cause that one, I don't think Toby made like jokes. I think he was just like he was. It felt like he was quiet whenever he fought people, or just like started screaming for no reason. He just started screaming, and Spider-Man would crack jokes and just make quips about fighting, and that's Spider-Man. And he was a good Peter Parker as well. So I feel like it's a great movie.
I think
the
the general consensus here is that Andrew has the best Spider-Man and Toby has the best Peter Parker, just because in the Toby movies Peter is more developed than in the Amazing Spider-Man ones.
They do
so
say
that
a
could
lot,
be the reason.
They do say that a lot.
Yeah.
That's like the ongoing thing. And they when we get to Tom, they like, oh, Tom's the best of both worlds. Honestly, I feel like with Tom, like, I don't know. I feel like he is. I don't know. Like, we'll talk about when we get there. We'll talk about when we get there. Tom cool, but like, I don't know.
Wait, the villain for the first one was Lizard, right?
Yeah, just Lizard. Yeah.
Fuck ass Lizard, bro. Still, Scorpion is way worse. Scorpion is way worse.
I feel like
Scorpion was in the movie.
No. I mean, I'm just slandering Spider-Man villains. Scorpion is so fucking ass. In fact, why are so many Spider-Man villains fucking dumbasses? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're all animals.
You turn yourself into a fuck ass animal, and then you get beat by Spider-Man, and you like Scorpion in the comics. Like, his only notable moment is when Spider-Man breaks off his fucking jaw, and he still returns later on. Like, what the fuck is happening here? And they still come back like Rhino, Scorpion, Lizard.
Rhino, dumb as rock. They haven't put Rhino in a movie in forever. They know that man too dumb. They just be showing him like this small instances.
They were gonna put him in the third one, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, they mentioned it like in No Way Home, like when Andrew was talking about how like what he went through, and like because they said like when they showed the last scene of him fighting Rhino, I think it's the end of the second one, I think. They said like it's implied from the way he talks about he murked that man. So I don't know.
Killed him?
That's what they said. Yeah.
See the thing is, we'll get to the second one right now. I have something, I have my opinion on the ending of 2 because I like it a lot, and it's something that the other movies don't really do. Paul, maybe I'm just misremembering, but we'll get there. I think 1 is a good movie. It's fine. Second one, I'm gonna say it right off the bat, overhated. Okay, some people need to hear it. The second Amazing Spider-Man is way too hated.
Green Goblin.
Maybe it deserves the hate.
Green Goblin was he looked so goofy in this movie too. It was like coming from Willem Dafoe, this shit was, I don't know. This shit
but Electro's kind of clean.
Electro's for sure cool. I don't know.
Why was Green Goblin a villain, bro? Why? Wasn't he always just an asshole in the second one? Didn't he like up at the?
I mean, the interesting thing is Harry in the Amazing Spider-Man comes off more like a rich snobby, I don't know what to call him, than in the Tobey movies, because Harry in the Tobey movies was kind of a chill dude, like someone you would have wanted to hang around with, and in the Amazing Spider-Man it's like restraining order.
A nasty ass, weird ass man.
Why was Peter friends with him though? That's my part. Why was he friends with him?
It is a canon event, and he knows it. He knows he can't end.
Yeah, you have to have Harry. You have to have Harry though. But I think it's like I like the way they were going, because I don't think we had Lizard in the Tobey Maguire ones, and we didn't have Electro either, right? So I guess they were kind of trying to make it a little bit more new, give him new villains to fight. They didn't have to bring Goblin back. I'm pretty sure they could have just stuck with Electro for like the main villain for the second one. Probably would have been a solid ass movie.
There are more villains. They could have had Shocker, right? Shocker also exists. He has like these shock waves he shoots out of his arms. I think he's even like the first villain you fight in the Spider-Man PS4 game.
Yeah.
But they decided to go with some fuck ass Green Goblin knockoff.
Electro was cool. Electro was cool. Yeah.
Like how he became Electro, his downfall, and him, trying to get to Spider-Man,
even how
to get recognition.
And how Andrew beat him. Andrew was like, even the way how he beat him, like, because I would say like about Andrew Spider-Man, he was like very, very smart the way he would fight. I feel like compared to the other ones, like he would really embrace like like what it means to like really be Spider-Man. I feel like. So
Yeah.
I fuck with that shit
This
heavy too.
this is definitely something I need to mention. But first, I mean, we can't really talk about the second movie without mentioning the love interest because MJ's ass, like, she is straight up unloyal and is annoying and all that shit. But Gwen is pretty cool.
Gwen was
And then
cool.
the second movie has Gwen die. I was like in the theaters, and I did not expect that.
That
Like,
was
I
crazy,
somehow
though. I
still
would say that
thought
was
she would
crazy, though.
survive, even though you could see her head touch the ground. Like you could kind of see like she definitely died.
Wait, her head touched the ground?
Yeah, like her
very
body kind of
slightly.
bounced, basically bounced off
And,
that
and
shit a
even
little
even
bit.
if the ground wasn't there, her back was like doing some weird ass C pose. Like you know
Yeah.
she's not surviving that.
I thought when he did the web, I thought like from the like when he was going down and it's like the web was going up, like the impact of like him trying to save her killed her.
Yeah,
Instead of-
I mean both. It's like headcanons. It was never
She was-
explicitly said.
She was just not
But-
gonna survive that shit. Basically, that's like
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
ending. She's not gonna survive.
Yeah. And I don't think any Spider-Man so far on screen has had their love interest die. Not yet. I mean, it's just Andrew right now.
you could argue Tom and MJ.
Fuck. Nah. I
You
bet
think-
you. I bet you
Man.
money. I bet you money that Zendaya is gonna come back in one of the later Tom Holland movies.
They're hinting at that shit already, talking about something. Oh, she's gonna remember who he is, and it's ruined the whole
Yeah.
plot of the fucking third movie. They
It's
do
gonna
that shit.
completely undermine it.
I'm never watching that shit ever again. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
But for Amazing Spider-Man 2, as you said, he embodies Spider-Man perfectly. The ending, especially, we can see, like, if you remember the Rhino scene, right? Before he arrives, there's this one kid that, wears the Spider-Man suit and stands in front of Rhino to stop him. And the kid obviously doesn't know how dangerous this is. And Spider-Man comes in, thanks the kid, says he's very brave, but he has to go back. He will, do the job. And this is something that I think is missing from other Spider-Man. I'm not sure if Tobey ever did it, but Tom definitely didn't. It's inspiring others to be like Spider-Man. It's like inspiring people to act and to be supportive of others. Which, I mean, this was, I think, the first time. As I said, maybe I'm mistaken. People in the comments can correct me if they want, whoever wants. But I feel like this was something that only Andrew really did. And I definitely like it a lot because this is something that Spider-Man does. He inspires people. It's in every Spider-Man cartoon, in the games you see it. This entire thing that everyone can wear the mask, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
not just him. And this is something that is missing from the first trilogy and from the Tom Holland trilogy. Because in the Tom Holland movies, you don't really see how he impacts the people around him
That
like
is
that.
true.
Yeah.
Not at all. Like we've never seen anyone be like, oh, I want to be just like. We've never seen that shit, honestly. If anything, they turned against him.
So, all in all, maybe I just need to rewatch it and it's actually ass, like who knows. But from what I remember, because I mean, I've watched this in theaters, this movie is at least in good. Somewhere there. I feel like. Possibly
Spider-Man
better
2?
than the first one. Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man. Possibly better than one.
I probably put it in okay, cause I feel like maybe like top of okay. Because I wouldn't compare it to these two. I feel like these two are vastly better movies than this one. In my
Time to
opinion.
rewatch the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
No, and the thing is as
we-
well,
we-
because I feel like because the Green Goblin shit, and like this is how that shit, like if they removed this man and like kept the whole like one villain per thing, so they kept the Lizard and then put Electro here, made Electro like the more of the main villain. Somehow maybe it still ended up losing, because losing Gwen is still a very good concept. Cause that's like a hard thing to come back. If they could even started off the third one, this man is mad grizzly, I don't know, just going through it type. That would have been kind of cool, but like they had this geek into this shit and ruined the movie. I don't know, that shit mad ass.
Yeah, okay.
But the
I
whole
agree.
point of it is him bouncing back from anything bad that happened. When Gwen died, he felt bad, yeah, but then he was able to get right back up and fight Rhino as well.
But they're saying
the day after.
but they're implying like, well, not even there, but like I think he, like when he was talking about it in No Way Home, he said like he still fell down the wrong path, and he was like, that path doesn't lead you anywhere. And that man was crying about that shit crazy.
Yeah, he stopped holding back after a while and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd been kind of cool if they made a movie about that. Like Maybe if they took the ending of 2 and like maybe put that at the ending of 3 and just showed this man is going crazy for like the first half of the movie of 3, and like have him make that realization, like, oh, and just kind of come back to his senses and become like a good Spider-Man again. That'd been kind of wavy. They should put us in the writing room. I don't know. They just butchered this shit.
Yeah, they fucked the third movie. That would have probably been the plot for the third movie, but they just canned it. As always,
I know there was.
good ever happened.
I know they released some scenes, or like it got leaked of like I think from the second movie of him like, it was like he was at a cemetery and he was like above someone's tombstone. I don't know if it was Gwen's tombstone or something. He was like talking to someone about it, and like he just had this big like explosion of emotion. He was going crazy in that scene. It was a really good scene.
Yeah.
I don't know what they took it out because I don't know. They just want Andrew to fail a little bit. I don't know.
Well, whatever. We're talking about 2 for too long, I think. Homecoming time.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Tom, I don't know, man. Like Tom.
See this fuck ass poster right there? It's so ugly. Put it in crayon devour.
No way.
But the posters are actually ass. Like they like the Tom Holland posters are garbage.
There's too much going on.
No, you can't diss on the second one though. You can't diss.
No,
on
the second one isn't even the posters.
This is
Stop
not
the cap.
this is
But yeah,
not even an official poster. This is some shit that they only put on this fucking tier list. They knew that they couldn't have 3 bad ones on here. This one's so much going on. Like every post they released for this one was just like I don't know. And like this one.
The funny thing is, the first and the third movie all have the same Green Goblin PNG somewhere, in the background.
Oh, low-key, keep Spider-Man mask, bro. It would have been way better if it was mask.
That's another thing as well too. Yeah, I don't like the when they show the first one, like because they're really trying to sell I don't know. I don't like it. I do. I fuck with that too. They should really only keep the mask on.
But I mean, what about Homecoming? It's basically it has to act as the origin story for Spider-Man, disregarding Civil War, disregarding everything that happened. I don't know. Homecoming, the villain is fine. I mean, the plot twist, it is pretty cool. Like we realize who the villain is, and that it's the dad of the girl he wants to date, and all that shit. Okay, doesn't even matter. But this movie is the reason why people don't like Tom, and it's because he gets carried by the suit so much, especially in this movie. Like the suit does half of what he does. Like he asks the suit everything. Like in this tower, there are many people, and gives him a scan, and he sees into the tower and whatever. So it's I don't know what to think of this movie. It's still in my in my memory. Like I know what happens. It just I don't know. I'm not impressed by it compared to the other movies.
It's very boring. I know, like compared to the other Spider-Mans, like his thing is like these 3 movies is his origin story. So it's like he's like starting off, he's very dumb, he doesn't know what he's doing. This suit's kind of doing everything for him, or like I guess like i.e. Iron Man, his mentor is kind of doing everything for him. He wants to do his best and try hardest to be the best Spider-Man, obviously, but like he's kind of like not doing too good of a job at that. Like seeing how he started off in this movie and going to like No Way Home and seeing his arc is very good, but like I guess like since it's like it takes 2 movies to really like see like what the results are, it's so easy to just be like, man, this movie is like here, it's cool, it's okay. But like I guess
maybe it's crayon.
Low key, I'd rather watch these movies over this movie any day. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd rather watch these easily. Cause it's like that one Venom scene where he's like hanging his shit on the bed, like that's better than this whole entire movie. I ain't gonna hold you. So like,
Mogo, do you agree?
I mean,
I'm okay with putting it at the bottom. Okay, movie. Honestly,
it's not crayon devour.
I feel that.
I don't know.
It's cool because the final fight was with him and like they ended off on the beach, right, or whatever. Like after he was fighting Vulture. And like
the first movie does have Childish Gambino in there.
Yeah, okay. No, that's not do a damn thing. No.
No. So the Cross Spider-Verse, and that's a goated movie.
Right, he's in both movies. That's crazy.
That means he's good. That means Homecoming's goated.
No. I'm gonna keep that shit right here. Okay. Because I honestly none of these movies are crayon devours. Honestly, for being honest.
Yeah.
But this movie is definitely probably the worst Spider-Man movie, I feel like, out of all of them. Even worse than 3 and even worse than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Damn, so you mean to tell me there are no crayon devourers in here? Morbius has to be somewhere.
And that Morbius is here. He would be. I don't know. Probably name this shit
It'll be
Morbius.
Morbius,
Honestly, easily
Venom,
too.
Venom.
Venom is
It'll
not
be
even that
Morbius,
bad. Venom is not even that
What
bad.
about
As
Carnage? What about
Morbius.
Carnage? Like the second Venom?
That
Yeah,
might
no,
be
that
here.
would be crazy.
Yeah, that might be
That
here.
would be-
Yeah, that might be there. I ain't gonna hold you. That might be there. But yeah, I'm done. I'm tired of talking about. Let's talk about some good shit.
Yes,
Yes,
Crayon Devour.
sir.
Put it in great.
Damn.
Nah.
Damn. If this never came out, but it's whatever. It got topped, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. It got topped. It's a
See,
great
I
thing.
recently watched Spider-Verse again, and coming back to it after watching the second one, it's visually it's such a downgrade, man. Like nothing against Spider-Verse, it's still visually like very good. But the second one is just so clean, man.
The first one was just an
It's
introduction, basically. It was just like it was kind of like them
Yeah.
dipping their toes in the water. Like, okay, let's test it out. Let's try some new animation styles. Let's
Yeah.
see like how it looks. Let's see if it works. Let's see like if it gets a good reception. It got a great reception. It's like, okay, bet, let's turn it up. Then they jumped into the fucking pool, splashed that
Yes.
shit, and they made this beautiful masterpiece.
Saying right now though, without Spider-Verse, we wouldn't have gotten Puss in Boots 2, because Spider-Verse
What?
is the inspiration.
Yeah.
Have you
Really?
seen the animation
Yeah.
style?
There's a lot of
Nah, many-
movies that
many-
came out
even
after
like-
that like they didn't like
Yeah, yeah.
copy them or nothing, but like it inspired them to like try new things basically. And it kind of like started like a little bit of a renaissance in the animation world.
Even I remember being there. There's some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
animation
yeah. That movie coming out.
Because Spider-Verse has this very unique animation style with the 30 FPS, and certain things like have different
frame counts and stuff.
frame
Yeah.
counts and stuff. Yes, exactly. Which was
Like-
pretty new at that time.
Swinging was worse FPS, and everyone else's was higher.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just like
So it's either
fire, bro.
great or goated. I've got the movie. I mean, it's
I'll
either
keep it
low
at
goated
great.
or high grade. I rewatched the movie, as I said. I wish that we would have seen more of the other Spider people that you see at the end of the movie. They're only there for the finale, basically. And the Prowler also wasn't there for too long, sadly. Like I would like to see more Prowler stuff, but that's maybe something we will see more of in the third movie.
Beyond.
But and Miles' story, like his development, and then this entire leap of faith scene is iconic as fuck.
Beautiful. It's a great scene.
But
yeah.
also the jokes in this movie were hidden, bro. They were all funny.
Yeah, they be like this, like mad quippy. Like his quips are really good. Like this is from all the Spider-Man. Like they there's a lot going on, but it doesn't feel like it's ever too much. It feels like it's just they do the line perfectly. Like they keep like Miles' journey of him losing his uncle, and like they keep that going very well. Him like hiding it from his parents, him trying to fit in, him going to a new school. Like he's dealing with a lot of stuff at once at such a young age too. And he's not even.
You can put it in goated.
So he's in middle school.
I still can't. I'm gonna keep it right here though a little bit. Oh no.
It's possibly goated because I mean we have Spider-Man 2 there. I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Okay, Spider-Man
Maybe it's-
2.
Maybe it's top of grade. I agree.
We can come back to it for sure, but it's definitely
Yeah.
like it's not lower than great. It's a phenomenal movie. I'm just like this like after watching this movie, bro. Like this, I can't say one bad thing about this movie. I can't say nothing bad about this movie either though. I don't know.
Yes.
Far
But
From Home.
maybe no, we can come back to it. Far From Home
Oh
is
my
currently the most
God.
hated movie.
Oh my
Far From Home is
God.
currently the most hated Spider-Man movie.
This?
But
Really?
I don't know why. People
Really?
just don't fuck with Mysterio and the entire plot of the movie.
I like that though. I like how they make sure they use different villains though. That's why it kind of ended Andrew. They took out
Yeah.
this nasty ass nerd that should have been fired. So the fact that like they use Mysterio. I don't think we've ever seen Mysterio in a live action Spider-Man movie before.
No.
So it's fire. I like the way how they made him in a whole villain at the end too. I think it was kind of cool.
Bro, they didn't like Night Monkey, bro?
Huh?
What?
Night Monkey, bro. Night Monkey.
What the fuck is a knight? What is that?
Oh, it's the nickname he got when he had the black suit on
Yeah, bro. Night Monkey.
in Far From Home.
I don't know if
Like,
you
he
can.
had this one
Can you say
spy
that?
suit.
Can you say that?
I'm referring to Spider-Man. I'm referring to Spider-Man,
He's
bro.
quoting the movie, I guess.
Yeah,
Whoa.
what is the movie?
No, but Far From Home is still a very, solid movie. I really like the Mysterio scenes. I don't know how people hate Mysterio. He's just so entertaining to watch whenever he's on screen. Like he's always one step ahead, and Tom doesn't know what to do. and even had like there's this scene, obviously, you can call it kind of cheesy maybe, but when he builds his own suit, right, like when he's stranded into some other country and has to call for help and then makes his own upgraded suit, it's cool. It's cool.
Oh, that's the one where they pick him up, right? And he's kind of like, 'cause this is after Tony dies, right? No,
Yeah.
Tony's still. Tony's
Yeah,
dead. In Far From Home?
Tony's dead there. Yes,
Far From
Tony's
Home?
dead.
Man, nah, this was a great movie. I remember. It was a very very good movie. This is better than this one. I'll tell you that much. Like this one is the
Yeah.
worst one. There's nothing going
It's
on in this one. But this one, like he's actually going through his stuff. He's going through his stuff.
I think it's in good at least.
I think it's good or great.
But if it's great, is No Way Home goated?
I mean,
No Way Home is just goated because like they brought back these goats and then put them literally without these goats in here, man. This movie it would been all right. It'd been cool. 'Cause they brought back. They brought back all the goats from the past movies. They brought back Andrew Toby. They brought back Willem Dafoe, like one of the best villains we've ever gotten. Like, how could they brought back freaking Doc Ock? Like, how can the movie be better? You know what I'm saying? Like, they cheated.
and they got the Aunt May death.
That's why that was good though. That was a good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I
great.
didn't expect it. I didn't expect it.
Nah, that was
We talked
great.
about it in
was
the previous Spider-Man, like Across the Spider-Verse video. But I mean, as I said, this movie, after like if you watch it a second time, right, it doesn't hit the same if you watch it again, especially because the cameos are what carry the movie in a way. It's still an interesting concept, but I remember when we had to talk when this movie dropped a few years back. We sat in VC and me and Taco were already like saying, yeah, Doctor Strange was kind of weird. The whole idea is not very well thought out.
Yeah,
of like Tom reverting I mean, why did Tom do that? Like he annoyed Doctor Strange to the point that the spell didn't work. And why is Doctor Strange doing this spell in this kind of situation?
Like Strange, like
he's not that dumb.
Cause I know there was a lot of like fan theories, like oh Strange is doing this because like it's trying to play into his own movie, but they dropped Multiversus Madness with him and what's her face, Scarlet Witch, Mogo's girlfriend. Bro, that shit, that whole movie, I don't know. That movie was trash too. And the thing is, like every movie they put Doctor Strange in, and it's supposedly like supposed to be his movie, or he's supposed to play a big part in the movie. He don't be doing nothing. He just be like sitting on the back burner a little bit. I don't know. They just be wasting his character. He's such a cool kid. He's Doctor Strange, but they be wasting his character. I feel like.
So he's better side character than his own movie.
Exactly. Like, it makes no sense. Because even in
So
that
the
movie,
thing
he was doing dumb shit too in Multiverse of Madness. And then, I don't know.
And I mean, the thing is, when I was watching in the theaters, it's possibly my favorite theater experience of all time. Like the people were hyped, everyone was clapping. But I watched it a second time because my brother hasn't watched it like after a week, and I was sitting there and thinking, I don't know, like it doesn't hit the same, obviously because you know what happens, but like looking at it again with the plot, it's not all that. It's possibly the most overrated Spider-Man, but I'm not sure. Like it's still at least great. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's at least great. Maybe even above Spider-Verse. Maybe.
I don't know, bro. It's so conflicting. Like I want to put it in goated just for the fact that, like you said, like that watching it for the first time, this is like the best thing you've ever watched.
See, put it in goated. Because the thing is, we were all hyped for this movie, and then we actually got all these crossovers. I don't give a fuck about any like objective shit and on character writing and everything. See, for this one, I don't care. It's what we wanted all these years, and they gave it to us.
And
right?
they did it so well too. Like just seeing them just talk to each other, and like, oh yeah, I fought a big purple alien. Only person I fought was a lizard.
The dialogue was very well written.
Like, it was
for
great,
these scenes.
Man.
Like it felt so organic. Like it felt so natural for them to talk in this way.
As well, they didn't focus on Andrew and Toby that much, and they kept it as Tom's movie.
Yeah, like they gave them their little moments. I think like when they were in like the science lab and he was looking at MJ and Peter, Andrew, and then like Toby was like, damn, like they were kind of talking about how he lost Gwen in his universe. It's shit fire. Like they gave them like their own respective things, but like Tom still stays the main focus. This as his origin story was phenomenal. Like building up to this moment, I think that's the whole thing about the MCU. They don't want to just build up to specific moments, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, then it'll just be, I don't know, Multiverse of Madness. I don't know. It's trash.
Exactly. And Across the Spider-Verse, we have already talked about it. It's the best Spider-Man movie out there by a long shot. I don't want to hear it. If you disagree, you're obviously wrong, because the only way you can disagree with this is when you say that you don't like animation. But then you're just close-minded. I don't give a fuck. Like this is what I'm telling you right now.
That's what my homie said. The movie was too animated and he couldn't see anything that was going on during the movie.
Yeah. Just buy glasses. Buy glasses. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This movie literally is perfect because it does like almost like every other plot of the Spider-Man movie in one movie in a sense, coming off of this first one, and it doesn't like drop a beat at all. Like it does the whole like, oh, I have to balance so many things on my shit. It takes it from the Tobys. It takes the same thing from Andrew of him like being smart and knowing how to be like his Spider-Man, like him like, you know, practicing his electrical shit to break out the barrier, and him like learning from Hobie to use his palms, him like outsmarting the whole Spider-Verse, including Miguel on top of the train, like pushing him off him and like going, then turning invisible, leaving the like he's doing everything, bro. He's doing everything.
Yeah.
Shit fire.
It wasn't carried by the cameos either. It was fire.
At all. Like they were cool for sure, but like no, that's the thing. That's the reason like No Way Home even has like so much contradiction, because I can go watch No Way Home right now. It's still gonna be a solid movie, but at the same time, No Way Home is like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just like it doesn't hit the time of the first time.
You thought you were sneaky there, you know? Put Spider-Man 2 above No Way Home, okay? Right the fuck now, okay? Don't try to mistake it.
I still rather watch this than this though. I would say that though. Like this is a great movie, but like I still like
no.
Because even the ending,
I can't take it anymore.
But even the ending when he's like beating up Green Goblin is about to kill that man, and Toby stops him. Oh, that shit fire too. That's a good scene. Like I feel like the second half of the movie is like goated as fuck, but the first half is great. That's what I feel like with the problem.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that. I guess. More, bro. That shit was so fire.
Nah, I mean, you can't really deny No Way Home's success. Okay, so people like to downplay it, but everyone was still in the theaters, hyped up. Okay. People don't need to be lying here. So I guess no Crayon Devourers this time, right?
Nah, I can't. No movie's that bad. And even I would put this right here, but like there's still some decent scenes in there, and it does set up a lot of stuff. If we're talking like the movie itself, though, it's still an okay movie. There's not. I wouldn't call it bad.
Yeah. We would be lying if we said like that any of those is straight up Crayon. Okay, these are still movies you can watch, and I mean movies that like some of these we went to the theaters to watch. So we went there on our own volition.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it. Even Homecoming. Okay.
Homecoming's cool.
maybe more when it dropped, and not any maybe the love for Homecoming, my love for it, kind of more or less disappeared after all these years, but I still if I saw it somewhere, like if I was like hanging out with a friend and this movie was on,
sure, I'd let it play.
I
for sure let it play.
If it was like Morbius, I would just turn the everything off. I would turn the entire electricity of the house off, in fact.
Oh my god.
That's something else.
So what, Mogo?
It's not that bad.
What, Morbius?
You haven't seen Morbius, bro. I'm the only one who watched it.
Your name might be like Mogo Morbius as like from now on. I ain't gonna hold you.
But whatever. Yeah, this is the tier list. I hope you'd agree, because if you don't, I'm coming to your house. Whoa. Okay, look, I'm in your walls. Okay. I'm actually already at Mogo's house. Okay, Mogo, right behind you.
Oh, just open. Hold on.